Here's a deep dive into the world of wild instincts. Some bizarre, some genius, and all 100% nature approved. If you thought humans were clever, just wait until you meet a fish that can fake its own death, a bird that can set forests on fire, or a worm that turns into a literal glow stick for love. These aren't sci-fi scripts, they're real-life animal instincts. Nature didn't come to play, it came to stun. So buckle up and prepare to be amazed, and probably laugh a little too, as we explore 27 mind-blowing animal instincts that prove animals have secrets we never saw coming. Opossums, masters of dramatic acting. When faced with danger, opossums channel their inner Shakespeare and go full-on to be or not to be. They literally play dead, eyes open, drool oozing, body limp, and even release a death-smelling liquid from their glands. The performance is so convincing that predators often lose interest. Academy Award-worthy stuff. Pistol shrimp underwater sniper. This shrimp doesn't just pinch, it snaps its claws so fast it creates a bubble that hits 210 decibels, which is louder than a gunshot, and stuns or kills prey instantly. Oh, and the snap creates temperatures near the surface of the sun for a split second. No big deal. African wild dogs teamwork champions. With hunting success rates as high as 80%, compare that to lions at around 30%, these dogs coordinate like elite military units, taking turns leading the chase, flanking prey, and even regurgitating food for pups and older pack members. It's like watching the animal version of Mission Impossible. Fainting goats? Oh, wow, these guys have a genetic condition called myotonia congenita that causes their muscles to freeze up whenever they get startled. The result? They just fall over stiff, honestly like planks. It's both hilarious and, oddly genius, because it confuses predators while the rest of the herd gets a head start and runs away. Archer fish are, spit snipers. These fish have this one amazing talent. They spit jets of water with crazy precision at bugs hanging out above the water's surface. They actually calculate angles, account for light refraction, and even adjust for distance. Basically, they're like fish physicists with mouth cannons. Honeybees aren't just buzzing around. They're actually building climate-controlled homes. When things get too hot, they'll form a BAC unit by fanning their wings in perfect unison. And if that's not enough, they'll bring in water and evaporate it by moving air over it. Move over, Dyson, bees have got this handled. Cuckoos are truly freeloading masters. I mean, why raise your own kids when you can trick someone else into doing it? Female cuckoos lay their eggs in other birds' nests, and the chicks often push out the rightful heirs. It sounds diabolical, but honestly, it's undeniably effective. Elephants have built-in funeral rituals that are just fascinating. When an elephant dies, others gather around, touch the body with their trunks, and often stay there for days. Some even return years later and show interest in the bones. Grief and memory? That's really deep. So, the green basilisk? Yeah, it walks on water. No, it's not a miracle, it's just physics. This lizard uses its fringed feet to slap the water hard and fast, which generates enough lift. It's nicknamed the Jesus lizard for a pretty good reason. Tarsiers are basically the night vision ninjas of the animal world. These little primates have eyes that are actually bigger than their brains. Yeah, literally. And they can rotate their heads 180 degrees, kind of like mini owls. Their instincts for hunting at night are just razor sharp. Also, honestly, they're kind of terrifying. The bombardier beetle is, a rear-end flamethrower. When it feels threatened, this beetle mixes chemicals in its abdomen that explode in a 100-degree Celsius spray, shooting right out of its rear. It's basically a wild self-defense mechanism. Kind of like a science fair volcano, just a bit more intense. Lyrebirds are nature's greatest impersonators. These birds don't just sing. They can mimic chainsaws, camera shutters, and even car alarms with, chilling accuracy. And it's all part of their instinctual courtship display. It's sort of nature's weird version of a DJ. Dolphins are clever hunters. Some blow bubble rings around fish, herding them into tight groups for easier snacking. It's teamwork, strategy, and geometry, all underwater. Salmon instinctively returns to the exact stream where they were born to spawn. They use the Earth's magnetic field, chemical cues, and possibly smell. Basically, built-in Google Maps. Monarch caterpillars know when to stop munching, spin themselves into a chrysalis, and transform into butterflies. The whole process is coded in their DNA like a sci-fi metamorphosis protocol. Firehawks, birds who wield fire. In parts of Australia, black kites and falcons have actually been observed picking up burning sticks and dropping them in dry grass to flush out prey. Yep, you heard that right. Fire-starting birds. Nature really went full pyro on this one. Wood frogs are the freeze and thaw champions. These little guys can literally freeze solid in winter with their heart stopping and their blood turning to slush. And then, come spring, they just thaw out and hop away like nothing ever happened. Elsa who? Naked mole rats. Now, these bizarre rodents live in eusocial colonies, kind of like ants, with a queen mole rat doing all the baby making. The rest of them dig tunnels, defend the colony, or gather food, which is honestly a pure insect-style caste system. When hunting seals on ice floes, orcas team up to create waves that break the ice, washing their prey into the water. It's a team-built tsunami. Seals call it Monday. Each spider species instinctively knows how to spin a unique web. Geometry, symmetry, and structure all built in from birth. No YouTube tutorials required. Termite mounds are built with natural ventilation systems, balancing oxygen and carbon dioxide using tunnels, temperature differentials, and humidity. Their mounds are smarter than some buildings. Anglerfish are, just wild. Female anglerfish have this glowing fishing rod kind of thing attached to their heads, and they use it to lure in prey way down in the deep sea. And what about the males? Well, they're actually tiny, toothless, and basically just fuse themselves to the female's body for life. It's, awkward, but honestly pretty effective. Leafcutter ants are, believe it or not, natural-born farmers. They instinctively cut leaves, haul them back home, and use those leaves to grow fungus, which is what they eat. So, yeah, they're basically tiny vegan agriculturalists. Homing pigeons, whether they're trained or not, can find their way home from hundreds of miles away. They use magnetoreception, which means they can sense Earth's magnetic field, plus smell and visual landmarks. They're kind of like nature's little Uber drivers. Sea cucumbers have a wild defense strategy. When threatened, some of them actually eject their internal organs to confuse predators. And then, believe it or not, they grow them back later. It's kind of like yelling, "Surprise!" and, throwing your guts at someone. The mimic octopus is truly a master of disguise. This genius of the sea doesn't just change color. It imitates the shape and movements of other creatures like lionfish, sea snakes, and flounders, all to trick predators. Honestly, it's performance art. 10 out of 10. In caves, glowworms put on quite the show. They light up their silk threads to attract insects and, well, each other. It's part trap, part tinder. And here's the kicker. The hungrier they are, the brighter they glow. So, hunger and flirting, all rolled into one. When we talk about animal instinct, it's easy to think of it as something basic or primitive. But honestly, nature is anything but basic. These instincts are complex, ancient programs wired into animal brains and bodies, often way beyond anything humans could pick up in a classroom or design in a lab. So, next time you're lost or struggling with a tough decision, just remember, there's a shrimp out there snapping holes in the water, a goat flopping with style, and a beetle farting chemical explosions just to survive. Nature's got it figured out. And honestly, we're just trying to catch up.